Great. Recording. Hello. So, um, so guys, um, I'm using these mats to help me stretch, and they look like this. Okay, I don't know where you get them, Amazon, anywhere that might sell them, but you need some. And the reason is, oh my God, the reason is, I think personally, this is like the greatest stretching tool that I've ever had, or that I could possibly have. And I'll show you why. Because stretching, one of the problems is getting close to the floor. You know, your splits, your whatever. See this? The mats basically take the floor and bring it to you. So you can go one mat at a time and walk your way down to the floor. It's freaking amazing. I'm gonna do this way so you can see another angle, but it's really freaking cool. Yeah, I was just doing this because my body, see, your body talks to you if you listen, but you know, throughout the day you just feel kind of like you have an itch to stretch, or you have a stiffness, you have a tightness, you have something, but like all day your body is giving you these signals like, hey man, you know, we could really use some attention, like right here. So this is an awesome stretch because this is the pigeon from yoga, but it's really cool because you can do all kinds of stuff with it. Like you can do strength exercises in it, where if you have a slider back here on your back foot, like you could even just do an exercise of holding yourself up with no hands. Then you could also like lift your knee up. That's harder. You could have a slider and do like cool hinges like that. Without your hands, or like squats, you know, sort of like a sliding where you pull yourself up like that, and then you can slide back on it. You can, oh yeah, you get like that glute. I'm really just vibing on this glute stretch and this whole stack of mats here. But see, I'm just moving a mat away every time that I get comfortable enough. And when you get comfortable enough, you're breathing, you're relaxed, you can have a conversation like this. And it lets you get more time in the position. So then you're like, oh man, I could probably remove a mat. And then you remove one. Anyway, this is a great position because it gets this hip in external rotation. See that? How it kind of looks like, I don't know, like that. It's hard to explain. But basically, if you stood and you brought your knee up like you're doing high knees, and then you just bring your foot across your body. So that's going to be our external rotation. And the back leg is an extension, which a lot of people have a hard time with. Put one foot, one hand on your glute, one hand on your knee. You can push off away from this knee so you sit more upright, right? And then you have this one pushing down, and you can just straighten up. Now you have like thoracic extension. And you're hitting like all of the things, you're hitting all of the positions of your body that are the opposite of sitting. So if you wanted to have one stretch to counter sitting, man, it's probably this one. Like I'm not even to the floor just yet, but oh, give me some time. I am getting there. But yeah, like when you're sitting, you know, at a table or a chair, you're usually sitting like this. You're in the chair, and then your hips, maybe not this flexed. Some people probably can't even squat like this, but you know, you're at the computer. See? So you're in hip flexion. Your back might be rounded because you're like typing on the keyboard, right? And then your glutes, you know, people talk about motor sensory amnesia, which I believe is true. Then you have like your glutes, which people think that their glutes don't turn on, which, I mean, I think that what that really is that you don't just, people don't use their glutes often. Like, I don't know, maybe you don't use it as much as you could, or you don't try to squeeze it, you know, enough. But anyway, people have a hard time feeling it. So, from sitting, maybe, whatever. But if you're doing a pigeon stretch, like I just was, like, dude, if you do this, dude or ma'am or whomever, there you go, you can kind of see that because you can see my shin, right? If you do this and you really twerk your butt back, you are just, like you're gonna feel it. It's awesome. It is so freaking awesome. And then these mats, what's great about the mats is that they bring the floor up to you. So you can just get into a stretch and you don't have to be able to go to the floor. You can just, dude, I am so comfortable right now, it's not even funny. And I actually look a lot lower on the screen there than I thought I was. So I'm just gonna do this real quick to prove a point, show you something. Just remove some mats, right? And I'm kind of trying to twerk my butt. So what happens here is I can just sit here. I can sit here for minutes. Like, this is comfortable. It's basically like sitting in a chair, except, you know, this region here is all kinds of exposed and loosened up, and like I could watch TV like this, and I was watching a YouTube video. I was watching Juju Mufu. He's opening up a gym, and yeah, I commented that I would want to work for him because like I love that dude. But these mats, like, see, I'm getting more comfortable because I've been spending time there. Just yank one out, throw it across the room. Don't hit anyone with it, but like, bro, dude, I'm talking like I do. You just gotta get used to this. Like, you can rest your hands here or here, and what I'm trying to do is not lean back like this. I'm trying to like sit upright and like twerk my butt, kind of like in the pigeon, and just gel, you know, just relax. Oh man, this is awesome. It's like just pure euphoria. Really awesome this thing is. And the mats can also do this. So because the mats are kind of a straight angled thing, you could kind of hinge point a little bit your back, if you know what hinge point training is or if you look it up. But like, basically I'm just laying over it with my back like you would on a PVC pipe or a foam roller or something, or the whale, if you guys are familiar with stretch therapy and their whale contraption thing. You can just like, you could hold a weight in your hands, you could have somebody push on your hands or your elbows to get more of a stretch, but you want to curl your butt under. You want to, like, opposite of what we were doing before with your pelvis, like you want to Pink Panther it, and you want to like hinge your back over this thing, and you can move up and down on your spine, you can change where the mats are pushing, but because the mats have a straight line at the edges, oh man. Oh. And in this case, for that stretch, you might want more mats. Kind of depends, but for thoracic extension, maybe, you know, you get more mats because you can get more leverage that way. I don't know. Oh, yeah. You could probably do some side. I haven't tried this, but I suppose you could. You could do something to the side if you stack enough up. I don't know. Oh, but mainly pigeon, middle splits, front splits. This will be cool for the video. Heck yeah. So you can do splits on them too. I mean, like, just put your front thigh on it, right? Sit there like that. Think, oh, yeah, I'm getting more comfortable. Lose it. There you go. Oh, just gonna lose some more. Already getting more comfortable. Ooh. Yeah. One thing is that I notice is that my knees in these straight positions relax like this for long enough. It's kind of difficult on the knees from time to time. So if I point my toes, sometimes that helps. But yeah, sometimes you just gotta bend your knee a little bit. But this is a good way to spend time in the front splits too, if you want. And maybe figure out what's going on with your knees. But I think if I just remove it. Yeah, so I got my splits, guys. My splits are good. Let's do the other side just so you can see. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, that's always cool. People like splits, right? And if you're somebody who's going to teach flexibility, if you're going to be a flexibility guru or wizard, you should probably be able to do the splits. you know, I think maybe, you know, it's not really necessary, but it helps. It definitely helps. So yeah, that's a case for using little mats to help you stretch. They're little, and they're also cool because this has two different sides, so like they're kind of cross-hatched or checkered or like a whatever, I don't know, like teeth. They have teeth on them. So you got the firm side, which is, I think these are actually supposed to be for dropping weights on. It's like cheaper gym matting, but I think they're a way better stretching tool. And you got this other side too, which is really soft, and you could, you know, you could probably put a baby on it. You might want to get mats without chemicals, or if you're worried about that kind of thing. I don't know, for children. But yeah, like this side's definitely softer, and if you have a hard floor and it's just hard to get comfortable to stretch or to move, definitely recommend some mats like these. And I think with the white speckles on them, like not purely black, but these have little white speckles, so if you drop chalk on them or something, they're gonna look fine. Anywho, I was just feeling really good, and I felt like I should share this because people deserve to have this kind of information. I think that the world deserves to have a body that feels as good as this one that I've got right here. Oh man. Yeah. You deserve to have a really good feeling body, and I have somewhat managed to do so. For myself. I'm still a work in progress. I'm trying to get the rest of, you know, the splits and get everything super comfortable, and yeah, it's a fun journey. The process is great. Love the process, and you'll be more likely to love the result. All right. I hope that was helpful.